Hey, hi Anupama, good evening. Sure, Anupama, definitely. Yesterday also I was highlighted, right? The terminology is very, very important. Yeah. Good evening, Bachu. Good evening, guys. I hope I'm I'm audible and my screen is visible to you all. Please let me know if not. And without taking much time, I will start in next 2 minutes. Hi, hi Shahana. Thank you, Mark. Hi, Saurav. Guys, my screen is visible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi Kiran. Hi Pallavi. Hello Edureka guest. Anupama says she couldn't able to find LMS. Sure, sure, Mark. I will quickly go through that. Anupama, what you have to do? It's very simple. Go to edureka.co, right? If you look at my screen, guys, see I logged in with my credentials. Then click on my courses. So you will see whatever you enrolled, those courses will be seen here, left hand side. Okay, click on Power BI certifications. Just scroll a bit down. You see here, go to courses. Here, left hand side, there is an option called tab called class recordings. So here you will see all recording versions. So here I can see my previous class records, but in your case, probably you could see only two versions here, two records. That's it. Okay. But still you couldn't able to track these details, just raise a ticket to support, just call them and tell your problem. So, okay, guys, without wasting much time, let's quickly recap what we have done yesterday. So yesterday we have seen, let me pull the data. Okay, guys, you don't connect to any data, okay? Because today we are going to work on modeling and all. So let me recap quickly. Yesterday, what we have done, we just taken data and we went to some transformation. Something like this. Okay, once this is done, we have done some changes. We made few changes here to my data. Okay, and we have seen how you can merge and how we can do append and difference between these two. Okay. Lastly, what we have done, we did some pivoting and pivot. So this is the business case what I was explaining yesterday. If we have data in this format, then we couldn't able to do any summaries. Okay, Mark, you see this Excel workbook is available in Google Drive and LMS also. You can download it. So in order to get some summary, what we can do here, just select these two columns, right click and do unpivot other columns. That's it. Then your months, which is placed in columns, that will be placed in rows. So whatever you do in this environment, okay, so this will not be visible in your Power BI desktop until unless you're not saying close and apply, or at least apply. Okay, when you say apply, whatever you made changes in this area, in this Power Query editor mode, that will be seen your Power BI desktop mode. If you say close and apply, then that will save and Power Query editor mode also will be closed. Then those changes will be seen in your Power BI desktop mode. Okay. So Mark, this is what we have done yesterday. That's it. Once that is done, then you can pretty much do your summaries on month. Okay. And today we are going to just give us again. Okay, Edureka says, okay, I will take up your all questions. Sure. Okay. So today we are going to work on modeling part. Okay, today we'll see modeling and definitely some basic DAX. So what is modeling? Here we have given some definition in PPT. So what is there? What is there? You don't have to flatten your data into one table. Rather, you can utilize numerous tables from different sources. Okay, so some content, some definition they have written here, right? So let's look at practically. and we'll decode this sentence, right? So before we decode the sentence or before we proceed further to know what is exactly modeling, we need to know some terminologies, very basic terminologies. So if you're coming from SQL background or data analysis background, you know these all things. But again, let's refresh. We have called something facts and measures. Okay, this is not stick to Power BI. Wherever you go in data analysis domain, okay, it could be data analysis, engineering, or data scientist, or SQL, wherever you're playing with the data. So you'll see these two terms very famous. What is dimension and what is measure? So I'm keeping things in very easy manner so that you can understand. Okay, I'm not going by the definition. Before we go for measures, let's see what is measures. Before we look at dimensions, we'll see what is measures. Measures is nothing but a numerical data. It's a numerical data. Let's sales. I'm just populating few numbers here with formula. This will be called as a your measures. Measure is nothing but a numerical data. On top of this numerical data, you can perform few mathematical operations or all mathematical operations. What we have a mathematical operations? Again, simple basic max. For example, sum, average, okay, median, and what else we have? Standard deviation, variance, maximum, minimum. Okay, these all are mathematical functions you can perform on your numerical data, and this will be called as a measures, right? So again, this understanding is enough to do Power BI job. Okay, now what is dimension here? So definitely wherever you see, you never see data in one single column, right? So there definitely there will be some other columns which really has a relation to this fact tables. I'm saying here sales, right? So this sale probably related to particular to one region. Let's say country. Let's put very simple expenditures. Okay. Now these all are my monthly expenditures, right? So here I'm spending this amount every month. Let's say where I'm spending. If I started making note of this, definitely I will say, okay, this amount I spend on what? Let's say give some value or categories just for probably I'm spending this amount on entertainment. Okay, let assume. And where I'm spending this amount, probably we'll say travel. Where I'm spending this amount, 1625, say uh, children fee, right? This is very less, of course. Where I'm spending this amount, probably I could say what else we have? Children fee and what? Any terms, guys? Travel, children, yeah, grocery, yeah, yeah, oh my God. See, people are so active now. Electricity, medicals. Okay, that's enough. Food, shopping, that's enough. Yeah. So these all are my expenditures. Probably I would say monthly or yeah, let's put it as a monthly. Okay. So this amount talks about something or it's related to some X value. Okay. That means I'm spending 2000 bucks on entertainment. I'm spending 3000 rupees on travel. I'm spending, guys, am I audible properly? Anuja said sound is not proper. Anuja, yeah, so you have to check from your end. Okay. So what I understood in layman language, so these all are called as a dimension. So in this direction or in this level, I can see expenditures. All right. For example, let's say, let's keep this. These all are for my, let's add another month. In the month of January, these all are my expenditures. Same expenditures taken place in Feb month also. Let's put in those same categories here. Okay, let's add another month here, Feb, right? So this will be called as again dimension. That means tomorrow if I want to see my expenditures, what are my expenditures in the month of Jan, then I can say, okay, this is my sales in my Jan. So sorry, this is my expenditures in the month of Jan. So what are my expenditures in the month of Feb? This is my expenditure in the month of Feb. Okay, if I want to drill down further, uh, how much amount I spend on my entertainment, then I will say 22 and this, these two cells I would say. These are my entertainment. Let's draw some basic pivot table so you will understand here. Let's say put months here. So in the month of Jan, this is my expensives, and this in the month of Feb, this is my expensive. So this column C, this called as a measures or facts. Okay, let's put it as a measures. And this month called as a dimension. Okay, if I want to see in terms of categories, then I can add this category also. Okay, let's put categories here. Let's put in months. You see now. Okay, in entertainment I'm spending this much of amount. So in which level you want to see the data, and that will be called as a dimension. And more technical, I would say categorical variables comes under dimensions. All right, categorical variable is nothing but, in this case, Jan and Feb month is categorical variable, and category also, this column comes under categorical variable. So in a nutshell, this measures related with some other dimension, or you can see you can summarize your data in different level. That level can be called as a dimension, right? Getting so far so clear? Don't confuse, just put in very simple way. These all things come, this will be learned in your SQL, right? What is dimension? You can, somebody ask you what is dimension, then you can say it's a categorical variable, and at what level you want to see measures, that is called dimension. In which level and what level you want to see your measures. So every measure definitely will associate with one dimension, right? What is measure? It's all about numerical stuff, numerical column, numerical values. It's called a measures. So in every database or in any industry, so we are getting data from databases, all right? So this will be taken care by database administrator. So let's take up one, let we'll see. So we understood now what is dimension and what is measures. Let's take one example here. So before we proceed further, again we need to know what is primary key and what is foreign key. I took few names from our team, don't mind. Okay, everyone most of the, yeah, almost everyone having bank accounts, right? So here let's assume that this is maintained by one bank, ICICI Bank. Let's take an example, or Axis Bank. Okay, so Kalpita has a one bank account, right? There are many people with the same name, right? But with this account number, you will not find anyone. So this account number is a unique key. Getting? So we have a Kalpita, we have a Nina, we have a Itesh and Chirag Pallavi. These all are ICICI Bank, ICICI bank account holder. So everyone has their own bank ID, account ID. This account ID is a unique, right? So within this table, this account number column called as a primary key. Here I will define this key as a, this column as a primary key. So you never see same account number with some other name. I cannot have this something like this. No, but this name can be repeated here, but definitely this name will be differentiated by some other account number, right? So this is general. Now this Kalpita has some payee accounts in her mobile, I mean in her bank account, right? Few friends called Uma Maheshwar, Muhammad, Khalid, Preeti. So these all are, let assume that friends of Kalpita. And Kalpita, what she did, she added these all account holders into her bank account. So again, if you look at these, each and every individual has their own account, right? And right. So in this table, I will call this payee account number as a primary key, right? I will call as a primary key in this case. What is primary key? Primary key is a unique and it should not be a null. But we are not going into the SQL side. So let's understood that it's a primary key should not have any null values, but it should always have one unique key. So this is another table and this table belongs to Kalpita. So in her account, so these many people got added as a in payee list, right? So everyone has their own account number that will be called as a primary key. And her ID is repeated in this table. So the moment when this ID comes here, then that will be called as a foreign key. That will be called as a foreign key. Let's take some other example. Nina Nazar. Okay, I'm sorry, she or he. But if you look at Nina, she has again few more friends, right? These four friends, they are having their own account numbers, right? In this table, this is a primary key and this is a foreign key. Why I'm saying this is a foreign key? Because Nina has primary key in her own table, but the moment when it comes to in different table, this same key comes into this different table, then this column will be considered as a foreign key. Based on this foreign key only, you can make relation. Let's take another example. I'm repeating again. This Hitesh Kumar has again four friends, and four friends has their own account numbers. Again, it's a unique, it's a primary key. And when Hitesh Kumar account added with this, then this will be called as a foreign key. Okay, same Chirag also. Chirag has few friends with unique ID, and this is a foreign key for this table. Let's take another example. You understood now primary key and foreign key. If this primary key is placed in another table, that will be called as a foreign key. Okay, always will have only one primary key, and that primary key is always a unique. You can take any example. For example, if you're working in any industry company, right? So you will be having a one employee ID. That employee ID is a that employee ID has a unique. Then in HRMS database, that employee ID called as a primary key. Okay, let's go ahead. Now what happened? This guy who this is a transactional table. Let us assume that this is a transactional table. Kalpita transferred some X amount to whom? To her payees. You see here, this is Kalpita's ID account number. Just give me a second. This is Kalpita account, and she transferred some amount to her friends. In this transaction, one ID will be created always. You see, whenever you do any transaction, this transaction ID will be created. Based if there is any fraudulent transaction taken place, then your bank team will ask you to provide the transaction ID. Okay, with this transaction ID, they can trace the details. And in this transactional table, this column called as a primary key. You will not see this ID again. Though who is this? This is a Kalpita, right? Kalpita transferred some X amount to some other guy. Again, Still she will still in transactional table, transactional id will be only generated only unique transactional id, unique prime unique yeah, unique transaction id will be generated in this table. But if you see, Kalpita's account number is populated in this transactional table. Here it will call as a foreign key. So what you have to remember always, one table always have only one primary key, and that primary key is a unique key. If this primary key is present in another table, that will be considered as a foreign key, and based on this key you can make relationship between these two tables. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, I will come back to this scenario later. So far so good. Okay, let's take some other example. You see, this is called a star schema, right? What is star schema does again? So this is, let me quote you something else here, guys. Just don't forget, sorry, don't confuse. Whatever we are saying is all about some uh, SQL stuff, okay? But it's okay. You should have some basic knowledge here. So what is this star schema all about? Just focus on my words, okay? It's a database organizational structure, but it's a optimized. It's a optimized for what? For using, where you want to use this structure in your data warehouses or in your BI. Okay. What? So what is the use of having this one? So if you go back in very old days, right? Let me show you how they used to maintain. Uh, where I have, I think that is in previous version. Just to give me a second. Yeah. So if I give this example again, you will not understand, you cannot catch very quickly. So just the reason I just simplified my example. So if you see, every table will be maintained only in single table. See, you see, this all talks about orders, order table. So again, this another highlighted color, this all talks about the customer vendor details. So in early days, they used to maintain data in single table called DBMS, data management system. Now after few experiments and all, they introduced called relational database management system, that is called RDBMS. If you see, this is all the RDBMS. So this is fact table. You see in the middle, this is a fact table. Fact table will always contain transactional data. What is? It's a single large fact table to store transactional data. In addition to this, in addition to transactional data, it will hold some attributes of your dimension table. What do you what I mean to say? Attributes of dimensions. You see, this is a dimension. You see here, this one. Let me maximize. You see warehouse ID. It's a primary. It's a unique ID. So let's say this is called as an attribute. So my fact table definitely hold this column. If you see, this is another dimension table, some item names and item ID. This item ID column definitely will see in fact table. So now this fact table will not hold this data, other columns. These details will not have my fact table. If you see again, this data will not have my fact table. I will take only one attribute in my fact table. Tomorrow, if I want to get these details, I can easily get this information based on what? Based on this item IDs. So just to simplify my structure and to maintain consistency in the data and to avoid any performance issues, I am going to have this star schema or in this structure in my database, right? Getting? Just let me erase all, right? If you see here also, date we have as in dimension table. Again here I'm going to add date ID as a attribute in my fact table. Getting? So if I put my fact table in mid surrounded by dimensional table called as a star schema. Any doubts? So far, any questions here? Okay. Okay. Great. So on, can you please? Oh, sure. Sure. Definitely. You see, when you see some numbers in a column, that is a measure. That is a what? It's a measure. I'm just doing reverse engineering. It's a measure, and you can call as a fact also. All right. If I go in detail, I would say it's a discrete also, but I'm not going in detail. So what you have to understand here, if you see values, numerical values, that's called a fact measures. And in these measures, we can perform mathematical operations, some average, median and standard deviation, variance, whatnot, whatever you have, all mathematical operations can be performed on my measures, right? So each and every measure definitely talks about something else. In this scenario, what I said, this is my monthly expenditures. So when I'm saying 2000 I spend, so if you ask me where did you spend 2000 rupees, I would say internet entertainment. If I say I spent 3000 rupees, yeah, this month, so definitely what you'll ask, well, definitely where did you spend 3000 rupees? I said in traveling I spent 3000 rupees, and my children fees 5000 per month. Oh, so these are all numbers, right? So these numbers describe what? Some x factor, x category, that will be called as a dimension. When some, if you ask me what are your monthly expenditures, so I would say that monthly, you say you are asking me monthly, I'm highlighting that word monthly, you are asking me to showcase monthly expenditures. That month, that means you wanted to see my expenditures at what level? Monthly wise, at month level. So that will be called as a dimension. Okay. So if you ask me how much you spend on entertainment, your entertainment, right? That will be called as, I would say, 2000 plus 3000. I'm spending 5000 bucks. Where? Entertainment. So this, the way you want to look your measures, that will be called as a dimensions, right? In this case, month is my dimension, category also my dimension, and expenditures comes into the measures. Okay, for example, if you have a department, let's say, let's take another example. These all are my sales, guys. Look at this. These all are my sales. Okay, then category. So from where we got this sales? You can say by advertisement we got more sales. Oh, that's really okay. We got again 3000 sales. From where did you get this 3000? I will say what not, online marketing. Through online marketing we got. Okay, so how did you get this 5000? Through referral I got. Okay, so how you all joined this course, Edureka? You might enroll this course through advertisement, or through online marketing, or through referral, right? Or what do you call telecall, something like this. All right. So in this case, this will be called as a dimension. If Edureka CMD wants to a director wants to see the sales in every month in this level, then this will be called as a dimension. Okay, through advertisement I'm getting these many sales, through online marketing I'm getting this 3000 rupees, 3000 sales, through referral I'm getting 5000 sales, telecalls through season 4. Which month I got? If you drill down further, or if you add another dimension as a month, then in the month of January, in the month of January, these all are these many my sales. Again, this will be called as a dimension. This is a dimension and this is a sales. That's it. So let's again take this example. Let's take simple example. We have bank accounts. In my account, right? In my account, I have some few payees, right? Kalpita has few payees in her account, right? See, these all are. So in ICICI Bank, there are too many customer, right? So every you probably see same name multiple times, but account number is a unique, right? This number cannot be repeated, or this number cannot assign to some other name. It's a unique in HRMS. If you are working in company, you same person can have in same department, or multiple with the same name. We can find multiple multiple employees, right? But you see employee ID is a unique. I have one employee ID, that number cannot be assigned to some other guy, right? In the same way, in bank setup, I have a account number. This is an account table. Let's say account table. These are all the account holders, and these are all the account names. And now Kalpita did some transact, added few payee details in her account. In this is the independent table now. So in this table, payee account column has a treated as a primary key. This column will be considered as a primary key. If same this account here in this a major table, if this account number repeated in payee list, then it will be called as a foreign key. That means I can have relation between these two tables. I can have relation between these two tables. All right, getting with on what basis I can have relation between these two tables? With primary key. Here, sorry, with foreign key. Here is a foreign key and here is primary key. I will join these two keys to get relevant information. Getting? Let's say again, we made few transactions. Every day we'll made few transactions. In table, in transaction table, every transaction ID is a unique. Here I will call as a primary ID, right? But if you look at this screen right here, Kalpita made two transactions here. So I can see her account number two times. But if you look at transaction ID is a unique for these two transactions. Again, here, who is there? Nina Nazar made two transactions here. Okay, I can see account number twice, but transaction ID is unique. So in this table, I will consider primary key as in my transaction ID, and account holder account number is a foreign key for that account holder, right? Getting? So if I place this upfront, right, then you will be confusing. That's a you definitely would have confused. So we have taken some basic example. So in real time, how it will work? This is called a fact table. So fact table again measures. You will have all measures, numerical data. Okay, and in this table you will see attributes. If I say attribute, you will confuse. So what I'm saying, you will see every column which belongs to some other dimension table. Here, if you see item ID, this item ID is coming from where? This is coming from dimension data. All right. So if you see warehouse ID, this is coming from where? This is from other data. So this dimension table always a very simple table which describe your fact table. Tomorrow if you want to make any changes, okay, you are going to make changes in this table. Okay, for example, here you have some product names, right? So you're going to make changes in this area. So whatever we have in this fact table, so everything will be changed here. You're not going to perform direct activity if you want to make changes in your dimension table. Here also same. If you see warehouse IDs we have here, right? So with this warehouse ID, you can take this information also, yes or no? If you need this information, you will, but you will not going to place this entire data set here, because in fact table, what will happen? You see warehouse ID once here. You see, let me maximize. If you see warehouse ID, right? We have one. Again, here also we have one another. So in fact table, this can be repeated multiple times. So if you place all the information here, right, it will eat lot of space. You will see performance issues and all. So without dragging all the information, what you will do, you will just take only reference IDs. Here, this will be called as a foreign key. Foreign key. But same ID, if you look at in different another table, that will be considered as a primary key. This is a primary key here in this table. This is a primary key in this table. Can I have two primary keys in single table? No. You will always have only one primary key. But can I have two foreign keys in one table? Yes, you can have multiple foreign keys in single table. Something like this. This is a foreign key and this is the foreign key. So do we have primary key is in this my fact table? Yes. Here also you will have primary key. Every table will have primary key. You see, this is a order ID. Order ID is a unique again. In Amazon, you are placing too many orders. I am also placing too many orders. So every order has its unique order ID, right? You see, unique order ID. So this task will be taken care by your database administrator. But why should I understand this all the concept? Because you're going to perform some modeling in your Power BI. So you should have some minimum knowledge or basic understanding what is primary key and what is foreign key and what is dimension and measures and how you will connect these two. All right, let me quickly pick. So I hope all are clear now. Mark, we cannot have two fact tables. We'll have always one fact table surrounded by multiple dimensions. Great, all are clear. That's great, guys. So let's see now. So in Power BI, we are not going to mention manually which key should connect with which table, right? It does automatically. It does automatically, right? N number of Edureka guest, you can have n number of dimension. There is no fixed policy to have only these dimensions as long as you have data, enough data. So it's all taken care by database administrator how he want to segregate the dimensions, right? Product, customer, vendor, user, order, these all are different dimensions, supplier, but at the end it will tie up with only can dimension of dimensions. Dimension of dimensions, I didn't get you, but this is a dimension. Probably you can say subcategories, subdimensions. If you say sub dimension, yes. For example, in order table, in our superstore data, we have a category as a dimension, subcategory as a subdimension, right? Okay, let's do it now. So now what I would request you all, guys, just look at my screen. What I'm trying to say. You see, open this notebook. You all just open this notebook quickly. Don't ask me from where did I get this. I never mind if you ask me. Okay, so this file is available in Google Drive. So batch 2, this is already opened. Can anybody share that link? Google link. Okay, just give a second. Has Anupama shared? Yeah, thank you, Anupama. Let me place. Okay, cool. Deepa, you see this link? People are sending. So if you don't have access to your Google Drive, right, just log in LMS. You will see that will be, I placed, I think in module number 1, I guess. Siddheshwar, for you also, same thing. Guys, I placed this links for Notepad already in LMS. Deepa, have you received this link? Siddheshwar, please go to your LMS and get it from there. Welcome. All are clear, guys? Perfect. So now see the magic here. Now, what you have to do, you open this, get data. You see OData feed. If you don't see here, click on more options. Click on more options. Click on others. Click on others. Step 1, click on get data. Next, more. Next, others. Next, OData feed. These steps we have to follow. OData feed, click on it, say connect. Now it will ask you to enter URL. So open this link. Here, there is OData link. You see this OData link. You simply copy this and paste it here. Copy OData feed and paste it in URL. Now you look at this. Let me minimize. Say OK. Just hold on. Don't simply drag all the columns, all the tables. We have here good amount of data. Okay, we'll pick only those tables which we really needed. Okay, all of you clear so far? From this, I'm going to take categories, products, order details, employees, customers. Okay, that's it. Order details, that's it. We'll take employees also. 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is Sheffield. So what I did, I have taken these 6 tables for now. Okay, what you have to say is simply click on load option. Let's select customer, select categories, customers, employees, order details, and products. Let's take orders also. Let's take orders. All right, so we have taken 6 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, now simply click on load button. Joshua, are you clear? Done what I did? Very simple. Get data, click on more, click on others, click on OData feed, copy OData link from Notepad, paste it in URL, select 6 tables, click on load. Done. Job is done. Nina, it's a links. Let me here. Let me place this OData link. Don't worry. This is also good, right? Let's okay. Nina, go ahead. Okay, guys, I placed this link in chat also. You can take from there. So now go to modeling part. This is my previous model, so I'm just deleting this. Delete this table. I'm deleting this table. If you see, let me minimize this. All relation automatically taken place. We don't need to specify manually to which column it should connect. You see, let me maximize this. So this is the first time, right? We are in this tab. So this is model tab. So whatever we take in, all tables will be shown at right hand side. You see here, categories, customer, employees, all you can see all this table here. Okay, and this is the place where you can build relations. You see, let me maximize. Now if you over your mouse, something like this, you see here, now these two are connected with what? Category ID. So don't hurry, I will explain what is one, this asterisk and arrow mark. Don't hurry. Okay, I will explain you. Just look at this. All of you done here till here? Yeah, these are all relations, but this will be taken care by Power BI. You don't need to worry about it. So how it will identify by default? By default, it will look at column names. If column names and data type both are same, then it will create the relation. If column name in category table and product table is mismatched, then it won't create any relation. You have to make a note of this. If column names are matching in the both the tables, it will create by default, or else it won't create anything. Again, here we have a option. Go to file, options, again options. By default, this auto detect new relationship after data is loaded. By default it is enabled, due to which you could see relations are already placed, already there. If you don't see relations by default, probably this is unchecked. If you uncheck this, you won't see sometimes relations by default, or if it is not created by default, that means you have a incorrect column names in tables. If you fix column names in the table, then you will see by default relations applied. All right, say okay. So what if I want to make changes, or what if I want to do manual relationships? Let's say double click here. Let's say double click. Okay, just give me a second. Let me delete this. This is, for example, if you got something like this, okay, then you see here manage relationships. If you hover mouse there, add, edit, or remove relationship between the tables. That means you can perform. You can edit, you can add, or you can remove relationship. Click on it. You see here, edit. You can perform same relationship. This is one way of doing it. Let's don't go to this. Let's cancel it. Now another easiest way. You see we have a category ID in category table. We have a products in product table, right? You simply hold this category ID and drop here. You see here, hold it and drag on category ID, right? If you over mouse on this arrow mark, it will show on which column it has a relation. You see both the columns are highlighted or gray in gray color. That means these two table has a relation on category table. If you look at another table, we have a order details and we have a product also. You see here, these two are connected with what? Product ID, right? If you want to see these two connected with order IDs, right? These two connected with customer IDs. Entire customer information will be in customers table. You see now, all information regarding customers in one table. All employee details will be in one table. There's a lot you can call them as a dimensions. Birthday, city, country, employee ID is here, a primary key here. With this primary key, they connected order tables. You will see employee ID is in orders table also. Here, employee ID is a foreign key. Right? Here you don't see that primary and foreign key, but technically it's what happening inside. See, in orders table, use customer ID also we have. We have order ID also we have. So order ID is a primary key in this. With this primary key, they connected with this primary ID, this order ID. Getting? Customer in customer table, we have a customer ID as a primary key. Like that. Let's quickly check questions. Kiran, data type, column data type also should be same, guys. If here we have a category ID in numeric, then product table also category ID should be in numeric. ETR diagram, Kiran, could you elaborate? Correct, exactly. So someone asked me question, how I can say it's a dimension fact table. So always remember, fact table always have measures information, right? So this is only for understanding purpose. We have here orders and here we have order details also. If you look at order details, right, you have a quantity and unit price also pretty much. In your order tables, again, we have some, we don't have that information. You see here, here we have a unit price and quantity price. In real time also we'll have similar structure. So guys, if you miss again, don't worry, go to same get data, click on OData feed, same enter same link, you will see again that same pop-up box. Now select only those tables which you missed. Very simple, right? That's it. So now what is this asterisk and all? Now you'll understand very easily because we spent already good amount of time there. Guy, just you select what you missed from here. So if you look at this one, right, that means this category ID is a unique ID. It's not repeated here. If you look at this asterisk star mark, right, that means this category ID is repeated multiple times here. That's it. You will see many category IDs here. Here you will have only one. Here you have only unique category IDs. Those IDs are not repeated. Let me show you quickly. This is my category. You see here, I have how many categories I have? I have 1 to 8. Do you see any ID is repeated more than once? No, right? Let's look at products table now. Click on this products. You see here category ID is repeated multiple times, more than once. See one again, one, two, 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 all. See how many times it repeated. That's the reason it says many here. Here it shows one. Okay. Let's take another example. Here in customer table, customer ID is one. That means it's a unique here. As I said, right, employee IDs will be only unique. It won't repeat again and again. Here also in customers table, customer ID is a unique. That means this ID is not repeated. Let's see customer table. Go to customer table and see where is customer ID we have. Here we have. Here these all are unique values, data points. It's not at all repeated. Right? But if you look at same customer ID in products table, in orders, yeah, in orders table, let's see orders table. You see here, it's repeated more than once. All right, more than 89 distinct values. See here, if you look at this, 89 distinct values splitted in 830 rows. That means at least one repeated and an average 8 times, 8 to 9 times. All right, that's the reason it says asterisk here. One means you have a unique value here and same value repeated more than once in different table. So it says asterisk here. Is it very simple or not? Kiran, you just look at order tables. Order details has some measures. Or an order table doesn't have any measures. Okay. Sometime if you see dimension as measure, don't worry about it. In customer table, customer ID is primary, whereas in order table, customer ID is a foreign key. Correct. Where is you got it, Saurav? Simple, right? It's very simple. Why? Because we spend good amount of time in Excel to understand same concept. That made very easy. Now see, I'm just click on this arrow mark. You see here. From here also you can say my product table. You see here product category. That means many. You see cardinality here, many. Many is nothing but this asterisk. And this connected with what? This connected with category table. You see this category table. Let me highlight product table, category table. All right. So these two tables connected with what? Common column. What is that? Category ID and category ID. Okay. You see now cardinality. So this is an interview question. What is cardinality? What is many to one, one to many and all. So many is coming from order table. This category ID we have too many, right? Too many category IDs we have in product table. Yes, no, we have seen it, right? So this one is coming from where? This one stands coming from this table. In category table we have unique category IDs, right? So that's the reason it says one and it says many. The relation between these two is many to one. That's it. Understood here? Mary, just I'm explaining the same thing. Purti, we don't have that. It's by default, it will do left outer join here. So it's all how you are going to place these tables in your visuals. Okay, Sharma, we are going to work on visuals, right? So there you will see the changes. Shanti, you see now, you just look at my diagram, this one. I'm not erasing now. You will understand. This product is this table. This product is this table. Okay, category is this table. These two tables are linked with what? Category ID. We have a category ID in both the tables. This category ID and category ID. Okay, in product table we have category ID, but this category ID repeated more than once. This values repeated more than once. We have many. That's the reason it says many. Okay, what is one here? In this category table we have this category ID unique. It's not repeated more than once, only once. So it says one. This is one. This is many. One to many. That's it. Many to one. Getting? You can explore same to all other tables. I will explain, Kiran. Wait. Clear now? Yeah, pretty much clear. Let's remove. Now this arrow mark indicating something to us. You see, this is indicating this towards that. That is called cross filter direction. Here we have a cross filter direction as a single. So before, okay, I'm erasing. One good thing what you have here. Suppose you want to make changes this cardinalities. Okay, you understood you understood this concept pretty much, right? Let's assume that you want to change this cardinalities. If you change any cardinalities, okay, you see this OK button grayed out. That means Power BI never allow you to make changes if it is not correctly configured in this window. I repeat, if you are trying to make changes, right? So it will not allow you to make those changes if this cardinality is configured incorrectly in this window. You see grayed out now that it says the cardinality you selected is not valid for this relationship. You cannot go further. So you don't need to bother about this cardinality also. All right. You see now many to many. First it's many to one. This is a valid cardinality. Now it's allowing you. Now if you say one to one means what? Now you should understand this. One to one means what? One to one means you should have unique category IDs in this table. Yes, I have unique IDs in this table. And again you say one that means what I'm saying, my product table should also have unique category IDs also here. Then only this should be valid. But in this case, category table has unique category IDs, but my product table doesn't have unique category IDs, right? That's the reason this window is not allowing us to have this cardinality. Getting? One to one means what we understood. One means unique. Here we have a unique category IDs. Do we have unique category IDs in product table? No. This category ID is repeated multiple times. This category ID is repeated multiple times in product table. So this condition is not at all valid, but intentionally manually if you want to have one-to-one connection, still Power BI will not allow you to have this connection. It says simply the cardinality you selected is not valid for this relationship. Hence this OK button is grayed out. Wow. So easy, right? Yes, no. Clear? I must be news channel. Clear, guys? Wow. No, don't say it's not matter, but you have to. I will come to you, Purti. Siddheshwar, what is no? For example, this is okay. We understood that this case is not valid. Okay, okay. This is one. Now we'll see cross filter direction. Okay, cross direction means I can filter this product table from category. If I select category here as a one, this this product table will display only those details which belongs to one category. Okay, if I select category id 2 in this table, I will show you, don't worry. Okay, if I select 2 in this category id, so this table will show me only those product details which belongs to category 2. That is called, this is the direction indicating me I can filter this product table from category. All right, it's called single direction. Let's see first this, then we'll go back, we'll come back here once again. Okay, I hope you have done till here clear, right? Let's come back here. Just look at my screen. I'm just trying to explain you. Okay, don't do this all, just look at my screen, that's it. Okay, we'll come back here in this pane and we'll see what is this table and all that is in our visuals, right? That's in our visuals. Is it visible all, or you want me to just maximize this size? Uh, what I said, I can filter category id to product id, right? You see now I'm selecting one. So you see this is my product table, right? This is my product table and this is my category table. And what is the direction we have? This direction, category to products. So if I say, if I select one, I could see only those related stuff which belongs to category id. You see, if we say two, see only those are visible for me. Okay, now tell me, if I say category id in this table, if I do filter on this, is it changing now? It's not changing. Why it's not changing? Because we have a filter from category to product, but we don't have filter from product to category. Because of this, when I do filter on my product table, my category table is not getting reflected. But when I do filter from category table, my product table is getting filtered because of this relation, category to products. What if I want to have both the direction? Suppose there is a business scenario and I want to have filter on the both the direction. So for that, what you have to do, just go back to this model and double click here and you say both, say okay. And now the moment when I say both, you will see two arrows here. One is towards left and another one is towards right. You see now? Now let's go back there. Now what we have seen just now, we can filter category ID, we can filter product ID from category ID, right? So see, it's done. Now I am applying filter on my product table. You see now, you see this now got changed. See, if I say 7, it's displayed only 7, vice versa, right? This is called both, right? So this also you understood. Very simple, right? So where we will use these all things, this will be used when you are going to build visuals reports, right? In those visuals you have to pay attention what kind of data you are having and which data has which filter, which table has filter on which table, how you want to navigate between the tables, what information you want to take from one table to another table. All right, getting now? So now let's make it as a one direction only. You'll see now further. Let's say single direction only. You see now. Now this is single direction. From this product table, can I filter my orders here? Can I do filter my orders here? Yes, because we have a relation also, right? You see here what is relation I have and what is arrow indicating here. Arrow indicating you can filter my order details table from products. Okay, let's go back here. This is my order, sorry, this is my category table, this is my product table, right? Let's bring another table. Guys, am I not boring you all? Let's take some order details table. Where is order? Yeah, from here we have a product ID. Yes, we have a order ID. Place here. Right now you see the magic. Now I'm saying product ID 1. You will see only product IDs displayed from order details. If I say a product ID 4, you see this is order table, right? Now it's getting changed. Now you see magic. I'm saying category ID 1. My product ID got filtered with category ID 1. Okay. And if you see my order details also affected here. These order details only talking about those category which has 1. Now if I say 24, then you see 24 coming in. So just you look at this arrow marks. I can filter my product table from category, and further also I can do a filter my order details from product IDs. Getting? Same way employees I can do filter on order tables. Again this can have, or from order tables I can filter my order details. So you just look at this arrow directions, and whenever you want to have this connection, both connection, you can say both also, but 99%, 95% benefit of doubt, I'm saying 95% will have only single cross filter, and 99% or 98, let's say put it as 98%, will have only many to one, always, right? Some cases, very odd scenarios, if you say many to many, is my many to many is valid here? Again, if I ask you this question, you will say no, because many means I should have many category IDs, which is valid in product table. Yes, I have too many category IDs, but do I have many category IDs in category table? No, I have a only unique. Still, if you look at this many to many, it's saying the relationship has cardinality, many to many. This should only be used if it's expected that neither column category ID, this category ID and this category ID contain unique values. If you know that these two doesn't have any unique values, then only you have to apply many to many. It's saying just indicating us. But this is also we never use many to many option. It allow you to have many to many relations. Technically we don't do, but you can, you have that option to say many to many. Why will not choose many to many? Because it will impact on performance. That's the reason it says significantly different behavior of many to many relationship. So if you really need to have this many to many, then you should have many to many. Otherwise, you don't do many to many. Clear? So 98% we don't use many to many. Okay, in very odd scenarios. Again, if you say many to many, here is saying single category filter products. That means category table, you can filter product table. Again, you can filter your category table from product table, and you can have both the direction. Just know what we have seen, these all the directions, right? It will still allow you to have this many to many, but ideally we don't use in real time, right? We'll simply use many to one and simply say okay, that's it. Guys, any? This is I made very, that is to hide. That's it. It will hide. That's it. Guys, I am making things in very simple way. I'm making things in very simple way, guys. There is no rocket science. Please try to understand what is this one. It's a unique. What do you mean by unique? It won't repeat more than once. See, what is unique? Let's take employee IDs. You have some employee code, right? Employee number. This is unique, right? This is called unique and this is called one. Let's take. Uh, you see here. You see here. This account number is only repeat. Is it repeated twice? No, right? It's a single time. It's called one. All right. If you see this table, account holder repeated multiple times. It's called many. Simple. One to many. That means here this account number is exist only once in entire data set, in entire this column. Though you have a 1,000 records, but it's not repeated more than once. It always unique. Only one ID per one row. All right. This account number may have multiple times repeated in another table called a many. All right. This is a bank data table. My bank definitely will have some transactional table. You made too many transactions. You made too many transactions, right? So in this transaction table, every transaction has only unique ID, right? It's a unique ID here. You will see here. So this is called many. But if you see here, foreign key here, so this foreign key is coming from this table. All right. So yeah, come to this. Yeah, let me give you this scenario. Just whoso not understood, just look at my screen here. So we made these many transactions, right? Out of this, there were three fraudulent transactions taken place. How many? Three. Okay. In these three transactions, I have a. Can I? Does it make sense if I say this? One too many. I don't know why I have drawn this table. I don't know. So let's park this one. I don't know why I placed this, but definitely there was a reason, but I forgot. But what you have to understand, unique means it's a single entity, single data value, employee ID. But you might have taken multiple leaves, all right? So this is called a many. This is your leave table. You taken leave more than once in a year, yes or no? But this is your employee table. Here, Abdul, I do takes a lot in a year. I have taken how many? It's 9. Let's make it as 12. I took 12 leaves, minimum 12 leaves in a year. Okay, in this table, my employee ID is repeated more than once, right? So here I will say it's a many. Here I will say one. The relation between these will be on employee ID and cardinality is one to many. Very simple. All right. And what is the direction here? I can do filter from this table to this table, category table to products table. That is all this indicator telling telling us. Let's go back to table. You see, this is the category ID coming from which table? This category ID is coming from category table. You see now my right hand side. And this table is coming from where? This table is coming from products table. You see, right, Mark? So if I do filter on category ID, my product table is getting filtered by category ID, right? If I do filter on my product table, for example, let's say product ID is 2. If I say 2, you see my order details table is also getting filtered by our product ID 2. So why it's happening in that direction? Because of this arrow marks. We are saying this arrow marks. You look at this. Category ID should filter my product table and product table should filter my order table. Can I go in different direction? Can I filter product to categories? Here you cannot do now. Let's say if I select category ID from product table, you see my category ID is not getting affected with one. You see now? But if you see my order details table getting filtered because the direction is product to orders. The direction is product to orders, but not products to category. So that's the reason it's not getting reflected, but this is getting reflected because of this too, right? Why it's happening so? Because we intentionally put this indicators. If I want to change this direction, I can say both directions. That means you can filter category table through product table also. Come back now. The moment when I say both, you see two arrows here. Now you see, let's change now. Now earlier it was not getting filtered this. Now I'm selecting category ID from product table. You see now, category ID filter now. Yes, no, 2 here. Here is a 2. At the same time, my order table is also getting filtered by product ID number 3. Why it's happening so? Because we said here to have filter by both the directions from category and products table. As simple as that. Is that clear, all of you? Mark, basic difference is same what you have seen just now. If you understood, you can go break, Mark. Okay. So now let's close this session. I mean this topic. Okay. Before closing this topic, I would like to highlight something else here. Let's say single, right? So always you will have only one active relation. Only one active relation. You cannot have two active relation at a same time. If I place, okay, let me repeat once again. You always have only one active relation. Only one active. You cannot have two active relations. Here we have relation on what? Category and category, right? This is active relation. You cannot have two active relation. So if I want to have another relation, you can have it, but it will not be active. It will be inactive. It will be inactive. Okay, so what is the active or inactive? We'll see in our DAX calculations once again. Okay, is there any way to change this cross filter direction through a DAX? Yes, through a DAX functions we can change this setup, and we'll see these two when we are doing calculations. Okay, because if I explain you these two again, then you won't understand anything. It will be become heavy for you all. Okay, let's park those two topics. Definitely we'll come back here when we are working with DAX functions. Okay, is that clear? Now we'll take a short break. We'll come back at after how many minutes you want to have break? Go ahead. I never tired. 10 minutes. Chalo, let's take a break. We'll catch up after 10 minutes. Thank you all. Welcome back, guys. So hope all are back. So guys, so this is what all about modeling and all. So what is takeaway for us? So by default, Power BI will take care of these relationships, and if you want to make manually, then we have a option always to do something else. So if you see here, one extra note for you all, plus mark. So don't assume that you can have another model in same workbook. That cannot be possible. Okay, two models never sit. Two models never sit in one desktop. Okay, you cannot have two models. No one asked me this question. I thought probably you are going to ask me, but still, here also again, this is why they have given just for, there is no specific reason why they have given another page, but you cannot have two models. If you say you have added all the tables again, if you want to click on auto layout, by default it will be coming automatically. This is also another way, right? Let's say again another way. Let's add category table here manually. Okay, if you click right click on if you click on this three dotted lines and say add related table, you will see table got added again. This is also one way to call other tables. You see here again. Let me repeat once again. One Tableau Power BI desktop one desktop version never have two models. It always have only one model. Okay, that is point number one. So here if you click on layout, right, if you assume that you don't have such relation in modeling, okay, you just drag in all the tables. If you click on auto layout, again it will be arranged by default, something like this. Another way, you just go to second layout, take another layout, drag one category table here, just click on these three dots and click on add related table. You see here why it's taking this product table, because in this product table, this category table knows that this category ID information is in product table. That's the reason when we say add related table, it's picking same table. Irrelevant information can be pulled from there. Getting simple. Nothing much here to explain. Delete, delete. Okay, so here in our syllabus also, in our course, today's course, we covered pretty much, but there are two topics left from this module number 2. So anyway, we are going to work on those two simple topics in our upcoming classes. This bookmarks. We'll see this topic when we do visuals. Okay. And what is next? We have template apps. We'll see this slide when we are in Power BI services. Probably it's in module number 5 or 6. We'll see this too in our upcoming classes. Okay. So of course, at the end, you are going to save your workbook. What else? This PBIDS is very simple. You see now, let's go back. You have some relations here, right? You connected to some source. You connected to what? You connected to OData feed. Or let assume that you connected to database. You want to share this connection information to some other guy, other subordinate, or within your team. You want to share that link. So how you can share that link? Click on File, go to Options and Settings, click on data source setting. You know what do you mean by data source setting? Data source is nothing but a source. It could be a database, SQL database, it could be Oracle, anything from where you are getting data in your Power BI. Click on the settings. You see, so this Power BI desktop has a connection to OData feed. Sometimes here, if you connecting this Power BI desktop to any SQL database, you will see SQL database information here. Simply click on export this PBIDS data. DS means data source. You can change, so you can change data source also here. Okay, by clicking this change source. Now click on PBIDS, export PBIDS. It will ask you to give file name, source information, and that will be stored in .pbids. So I'm saving this in this location. Okay, save, close. Let's navigate where it is. Yeah, source information. You see this one, source information. So how can I see source information? You have to right click on it and you should open in Notepad. If you open in Notepad, you could see all the information regarding your source file. Here, this is all about. If you are connecting with any SQL server, right, it will show SQL server database details here. But again, in order to connect those tables, you need to have a permission. Okay, credential, you need to have credentials. Again, if we'll come back here once again in connecting modes, right? We are going to connect our Power BI with databases. So there we'll come back again if you really wanted to see it, but there's only one slide here, nothing much. So that's all for today. We have still 15 minutes. So now we'll look at DAX again. Without wasting much time, 15 minutes, we'll see just basic. Again, I will come back here. Okay, we'll see. Let me quickly take up your questions. Then we'll start this module tomorrow. Summarize, yeah, sure. What I was trying to explain, where it is Power BI desktop. In this Power BI desktop, right? So here, if you see here in model view, we have some extra mark, plus mark. You see this plus mark? So don't assume that you can have another model also here. No, that cannot be possible. Always do remember, always Power BI desktop has only single module. That is this. You cannot have multiple models. This is the interview question. Can we have two models in one report? No. Answer is no. Right? But why they have given this? Just to understand what tables we have and all. That's it. For example, if you don't get this kind of structure, for example, let assume, and you just take in all the tables in your Power BI desktop. If you click on auto layout, automatically it will take all the tables in your model view. This is one. Another way to have relationships, just take one table, click on these three dots. You see here add related table. Just click on it. It will bring related tables. That's it. You have to scroll a bit down. Sometimes it will place at last. You see, it's placing last. This one way. That's it. Okay. So assume that you have some SQL, you connected this Power BI with SQL Server. Okay, and you don't want to share this report to your subordinate for some X reasons, and he's working some other report. You're working on X report and he's working on Y report, and both both report has same unique data source and you already connected to the data source. Okay, so instead of sharing this workbook, what you will do, you will share data source information. How do you share data source information? It's very simple. Go to files, click on options and settings. Okay, you see here we connected to OData feed. So that's the reason it's shown here OData feed. If you would have connected with SQL Server, you will see SQL Server name here. Now click on export PBIDS. That means data source information file we are exporting from here. So now it will ask you to give file name. You can give any file name here. But if you look at save as type, right, it's going to save in .pbids. Okay, I save this file with source information. So where did I place it? In this location. You see this source file. Yeah, here it is, source file. So how do I see that source information? In order to see it, you have to right click on that file and open with notepad. You have to open with notepad. That will be open in notepad. Where it is? Yeah, let me open it. Open with notepad. This is the information what we have regarding our Power BI desktop. Okay, so if you share this file to your subordinate, he is going to connect with this data source. No hurdles. That's it. All right. Purti Sharma, if you see, we connected with multiple sources, right? Excel workbook 1, 2, 3 are okay. In near future, in upcoming classes, we are going to connect our Power BI with Azure also. It's not mentioned in our syllabus, but I have Azure credentials. So I'm going to share you those credentials. Then you can see how you can connect Azure at the same time how you can connect with your local Excel. If you install SQL Server in your laptop, you can connect to same. You can connect to that SQL Server at same time, right? You will see. OData has only files for us. Okay, don't bother about OData and all. Okay, Vivek, you see the both, right? You see my screen now. Both means it will do the filter at both the directions. That's it. Single means category table filter product table. But in this setup, right, you cannot filter from product to category. So if you want to have, you see here again, I can filter one category. I can do filter on product table with category. But if I click on one, right, this is my product table. I'm clicking on one. Now it's not getting filtered this category table. So if I say both, then filter works in both the directions. This filter works both the directions. If I say one, now you see product got changed. That is as expected. But if you say filter two, you see my category table also getting filter here through product table. Very simple. Saurav, we don't have anything specially designed for Azure. That is only my interest to share you Azure's details, because I know few people definitely will struggle to download SQL Server in their local system, but they want to see how real time it works. So it's just my interest to share Azure details. Other than there is nothing specified in the course. Okay. Even if you attend some other classes, some other trainers said they won't share those details. Just my interest. I want you to understand some basics about it. So let's quickly take, guys, one request you all. I see more than 50 people are joining this training or this course, but when it comes to feedback and all, right, so we are not, I'm not seeing a good participation in the feedback. So what will happen, how this Edureka works, right? If you given average yesterday's feedback, in yesterday feedback you have given average. Now if you're today you're not giving anything, right? You loved this class today but you didn't give any feedback, that Edureka will carry that average feedback for next class also. Yesterday you have given bad rating and today you loved the class but you didn't rate anything. Edureka carry that bad feedback. Edureka team carry this bad feedback again and again. So if you are giving average feedback or bad feedback, that's okay. But next time if you feel that okay, this should be changed, then please do give feedback. If you simply ignore it, then that they will carry the same feedback. Okay, it's a request you all to share your feedback. So can you explain a little bit on connection? Okay, this is already addressed, Purti. Data, if you add two, okay, Sneha, okay, we can say open two Power BI desktop just like two different. Yeah, Reshman, Bachu, you can open n number of Power BI desktop. It's up to you, but make sure that you have a right RAM, memory, and all, right? So you can open. Option is there. Abdul, from this source info, other developers fix the URL. Yes, they will simply open that workbook, that Power BI desktop. That's it. The moment when they open it, right? You see, it's a nice question. If I open this, right, by default, it will be connected with my OData feed because OData feed doesn't have any credential to access. We never given any credential to access OData feed, right? So if you open this workbook, it will directly open OData feed information. But in real time, you are connected with SQL Server and you have shared the source detail to your subordinate, and he opened this workbook or desktop, Power BI desktop. Okay, he has to enter the credentials, his user ID and password. Without providing those credentials, you couldn't able to connect with the source. You are sharing source details, not credentials. Remember. Kiran, I addressed just now. I wanted to just show what is inside. That's the reason I opened in Notepad, guys. Just I wanted to show what is inside. So I opened it in Notepad, but in real time, you will share this file to your subordinates. That's okay, Saurav. I address your query. I hope so. Neha, what is your query? Could you, if you don't mind, could you just copy paste your query? Kiran, I will let you know which version you have to download. I prepared one presentation also, steps clearly, SQL Server and all, Studio. That is from Azure's, Purti Sharma, that is from Azure's. Dataverse, right? It's from Azure. What, Nilesh, what you're asking about the star mark? It's a many, Nilesh. The star asterisk says many. This one, Nilesh, this is a many. That means here we have a category ID too many times. That's the reason it says many. Here we have category only ID only once. It will be better if you share link upfront, will help. Sudarshan, you're talking about which link? And new measure and quick measures. We'll see tomorrow. Purti will see tomorrow. DAX. Guys, for today, I'm done. So if you have any queries, please stay back. If you don't have any queries, you can step out. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. See you tomorrow, and we'll play with DAX. Let's pick up questions. You said you cannot have more than one layout in report, but you can connect have multiple Excel sheets. Neha, you're getting confusing here. Don't confuse. So this whole setup called as a model. This whole set called as a model. You cannot have two models. You cannot build two models, but you can have multiple tables, multiple data source within a model. This setup cannot have, you cannot have this setup again. Getting, Neha? Connecting with multiple sheets is different, Neha. Yesterday we connected to almost five to six Excel files, right? You can connect multiple Excel files. You can connect multiple tables. You can pull data from multiple data sources. But this model, right? You cannot have multiple models. Is that clear, Neha? Okay, cool. You're not clear, Neha. Okay, let me unmute. Guys, if you have queries, please stay here. Let me unmute. Neha, you want to speak? You don't understood. Seriously.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Abdul,
Neha.
okay. So my question is, when you say model is technically an SQL query, right?
Okay. Go ahead. What you understood, just go ahead.
Yeah. So the model is an SQL query on which we base the report, right? And
Yes.
yeah. So you're saying that in a report we cannot have two data sources, right?
Did I say?
I mean, when you say you cannot have multiple, uh, you cannot have multiple models, which is a
Yes.
SQL query. So I cannot have two queries for one
No.
report.
See, out of this model, this is a one model. You understood?
Right. Yeah.
From this model, we are going to build visuals report. All
Right.
right. This model, this
Mm-hmm.
single model can have multiple tables from multiple sources. You connect with Excel workbook. This is see, we connected from OData, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I can get data from my local system also.
Okay.
Let's see now. If
Okay.
my local system has this table, let's assume that
Mm-hmm.
this order details I have, right? For example, this order details I placed in my local system, and remaining stuff I'm getting from OData feed or any SQL server.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I can have this model in place. I can build relationship. This is
So
point number one.
okay. Okay.
Let me summarize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can connect with multiple sheets, multiple table from multiple sources. But what you have to remember always, these all are should be in tabular form, and there should be a proper primary key and foreign keys. Then only you can build this model. Okay, that is clear. Now, what I'm saying, in this Power BI desktop, you cannot have another models also. You cannot have here, you cannot connect with another different Excel workbooks, different sources and build. No, you cannot have like that. So
Okay.
at the end, you are going to prepare a visuals based on single model, not from multiple models.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Got it. So when we have, let's say we have multiple Excel work, Excel sheets, which has multiple tabs. Let's say one consider from the superstore and one consider from the HR department, you know,
Hmm.
totally related, but within the same organization, they're not related. So I can have those two worksheet and still pull out, right?
Yeah, still you can pull out. What you have to remember, both the tables, whenever you are trying to connect both the tables, you should
Mhm.
have a common column in both the tables. Here also we have common columns in these two tables.
It
Then
should be.
only we can make relation. If you don't have common column, common data type, okay,
Mhm.
common column with common data type, you
Okay.
have category ID here, you also category ID, but here you have category ID in alphanumeric, here you have category ID in only numeric. If that is the case, then you cannot have relation. What is thumb rule? You
There should
have tables,
okay.
common column. Yeah.
Yeah, there should be a
Thank you.
relationship between the queries.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Saurav. Yes, yeah, yes, Kiran, you can have multiple connections. Now we connected to OData, right? At the same time, if you have something in your SQL servers, still you can connect. Edureka guest, you will get feedback link once you step out from this class. Anupama, you don't see. I don't know why. Did I still miss any queries? Please let me know. Let me unmute all. Yeah, this is the right time to unmute all. Yeah. If I miss any queries, please you can speak out.
Abdul, other than the sample store, I'm not able to see and I'm not able to download any of the files even from the Google Drive. And even in LMS, I'm not able to see.
Okay, you see now. In LMS, if you go to here in Power BI induction class, I placed one in introduction to Power BI. I placed sample data. You see this one.
One
Okay,
second,
if
one second,
yeah,
one second. Let me do simultaneous because I'm going crazy. I'm not getting the files to do anything further.
okay.
So, what did you say? Just,
Joshua Sama,
yes.
you can give a try. You can attend quizzes also. Once these modules are done, right? You can give a try.
See, it's under Microsoft Power Certification Training course, right?
Yes,
Yes. Further that course content.
yes. Course content.
I
You click
just
on
see their presentation, class 1 recording, quiz, demo 1, additional document and sample data.
sample data is nothing but your superstore data here.
Yeah, that is the only one I can see. Where about
Oh,
the other documents?
wait. You
Merge,
see,
append, all the.
go to Power BI desktop and transformation because we have done some other practices in module number 2. So if you
One
go to
second,
Power
one
BI
second.
desktop and transformation, you will see those example for append,
Where
example
is
for
that
merge.
Power BI?
Next
The
one,
one.
madam. You see my screen.
One second, one second.
You see here we have a list of content.
Under course content, is it? One
Yeah,
second.
first is
Under.
introduction to Power BI.
Yes,
Another one is Power BI desktop and transformation. You see my screen.
in your screen. One second. But for me, it is not appearing. That is
No,
the
no.
issue.
Do you see this Power BI desktop in your screen?
Yes,
You click on it. You just scroll
Power
down a bit. You see presentation, quiz, dataset, demo one, additional documents.
Microsoft Power BI.
Hi
How to?
Abdul.
Scroll down. Yeah,
Yeah, can you please show me the canvas? I'm stuck at the product and order ID.
sure.
No,
Is it
under
clear?
course content, I don't see anything. Under course, if I click on course content, right,
Okay.
it just shows me on the right side the introduction to
Okay.
Power BI.
Just give me a second. May I know who is this? Is this Anupama?
Yes, yes, Abdul.
Can you able to present your screen?
Wait, did you request or how do I
Yeah.
present?
Let I made you presenter. You go to that web portal, course content, right? This is okay. You click on this two symbol. Go to courses. Yeah, go ahead. Scroll down, go to courses. You see this one there, horizontal line one is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Click on that second number. Click on it. You just scroll down. Just scroll up. Click on course content. Click on course content. You see now Power BI desktop and transform. Just click, go down, scroll down, scroll down. You see here example for append, example for pivot table and all. Do you see? Yes, no. I can see your screen. Yeah, you have to just download those. That's it. Okay. And who is next?
Yeah, Rahul here.
Yeah, Rahul. So I'm in
Yeah,
your yes report view. Yes, tell me
on
now.
canvas, yeah, last product and order ID. Can you please suggest how to connect the relationship?
So this is just don't look at this one now because only for understanding purpose I draw these three tables.
Right.
Okay, this table is coming. You see this table. Yeah, I'm getting this table from category ID. This table is from product ID. I just
Okay,
take in
fine.
product ID and product. Yeah. Just for understanding purpose, I drawn this.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Rahul. And who else?
Abdul, this is Neha here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have basically two questions. Firstly, in this example, you showed us that we can take the data from OData, but if we try to get the data from Excel simultaneously, so for the data source file, it won't create a single file, right? It will create two different files.
If your Excel workbook has two worksheets,
No,
then
I'm
here
talking
in
about
Power,
OData and Excel simultaneously.
huh? No,
So
just
it
give
will
me a
create
second.
two.
Wait.
So in the same desktop file,
Yeah.
whatever you have right now on the screen, if you try to get data from the
Okay.
Superstore Excel, for example,
Yeah, this is my Superstore data, I guess.
okay, and then you go to File and Options for the data source,
File and options and data source.
right?
It will not
So
show your, you see, export. If here, we have a two
yeah,
connections,
right. So it won't
right?
create a single file for both
No,
of them, right?
no, no, because we have a two
Okay,
connection in this workbook. Test in Power
yeah,
BI test. Yeah.
okay. And if we, this was my first question. Secondly, if I want to create a model from two different sources, can you tell me some examples what we have right now where we can take two, might be two Excel files or something like that?
You want to build two models.
No, I want to create a single model from two data sources.
See, this is one. Yes, this is simple, right? See,
Hmm,
this is, let's assume that this local Excel workbook has a one data source, and this remaining all
hmm.
stuff is coming from different source, right? Same
Okay,
thing.
so right now I can use these two files and create a single model, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
That's it.
Sure, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. And who else? Okay, guys. If you don't have any questions, see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye. That means we can enter. Yeah.
Uh, Hello, Abdul. This is Dipali.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Just yeah. Please go ahead.
I wanted to ask you a question. Is there any chat windows? Because I'm seeing only one where I can place my question that only you can see.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I can see only your questions, and your questions cannot be viewed by others. But in order to
So,
connect dots, right, I
uh,
can read your questions. If someone asks me question, right, I will read their questions and I will give the explanations. Then you
but
can correlate what I'm
I'm not
talking about.
see.
Sorry.
I can see only one chat box here. So where is that another one where I can place my questions?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. In question box is there, right? From there you can ask me queries.
Actually, what I'm trying to say, there is a one question box, but is there another question box where I can place my question that only you can see, or when I place some questions
No,
here, so
no,
everyone can see here?
no, others cannot see, madam. If you placing your query question, right, it's
Okay,
not visible to others.
okay,
Okay. Do
okay.
you see others questions?
Yeah, I saw only one question I saw.
Oh, but generally you won't see. Probably he said to all.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you. Good night.
Reshman Bachu, is it your query
Yeah,
resolved?
yeah, no,
Is this your query? Relation at the same time, why can't both be active? No, that is a
yeah,
Power BI limit. Yeah, that's a Power BI limitation. At a time, only you can have one active relation, but not two active relations. So if you place another relation, that will become by default inactive.
okay, like
Okay.
it will not malfunction, but it will just stay inactive, right?
It will stay as it is in gray. It will be in gray color. Gray color. If you
So,
hover mouse on that mark, then it will say it's a inactive relation.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, so
In
we
DAX,
do
we'll see
can't
what
have,
is. No, we cannot have
yeah,
two active at the same time.
yeah,
We'll have only one active. So if you want to make one active, uh, let's assume you have a two connections. At the same one time, you can have only one active. So second one, it will be an inactive. If you want to make this inactive as a active, then first one will become a inactive.
Yeah.
So thumb rule is one time one active relation. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's meet tomorrow.
Tomorrow you are starting DAX or what?
Yes. I'm starting DAX tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye. Take care.